The cerebellum is a crucial region of the brain that plays a significant role in motor coordination, motor learning, and cognitive functions. Its complex circuitry, consisting of various types of neurons and intricate connections, enables precise movement control and coordination. In addition to its motor functions, the cerebellum is also involved in non-motor functions, such as language processing, attention, and executive functions. Understanding the histological organization, neurophysiology, and functional aspects of the cerebellum is essential for comprehending its contributions to overall brain function and its involvement in various disease states. The cerebellar cortex, the outer layer of the cerebellum, has three layers: the granular layer, Purkinje cell layer, and molecular layer. These layers work together to process sensory and motor information, integrating and organizing it for further use. Purkinje cells are the principal neurons of the cerebellar cortex and play a crucial role in motor coordination. These cells receive a massive amount of input from parallel fibers, which are the axons of granule cells, and climbing fibers, which are axons originating from the inferior olive. The dendritic arborization of Purkinje cells allows them to integrate multiple inputs, enabling precise control of motor output. Excitatory glutamatergic synapses between parallel fibers and Purkinje cells facilitate the integration and processing of information. Inhibitory GABAergic synapses from cerebellar interneurons further modulate the output of the Purkinje cells, influencing motor coordination. The cerebellum is critically involved in motor learning processes. It plays a significant role in adapting and refining motor movements based on sensory feedback. Through its connections with the cerebral cortex and other brain regions, the cerebellum compares desired motor output with actual sensory feedback, facilitating error correction and motor adaptation. This process is crucial for acquiring new motor skills and refining existing ones. Damage to the cerebellum can impair motor learning and lead to motor deficits commonly observed in cerebellar ataxias. Cerebellar ataxias are a group of neurodegenerative disorders characterized by progressive dysfunction of the cerebellum. These disorders can result from various genetic mutations, environmental factors, or acquired conditions. Cerebellar ataxias manifest as problems with motor coordination, balance, and gait. The specific regions of the cerebellum affected and the underlying genetic or acquired causes can determine the clinical presentation and prognosis of different types of ataxias. Understanding the cellular and circuit level changes associated with these disorders is essential for developing effective treatment strategies. In recent years, research has uncovered the involvement of the cerebellum in cognitive processes beyond motor control. Studies have highlighted its role in language processing, working memory, attention, and executive functions. The anatomical connections between the cerebellum and other cortical regions suggest that it participates in large-scale brain networks, contributing to higher cognitive functions. Dysfunctions in the cerebellum can lead to cognitive impairments, underscoring its importance in overall brain function. The development of the cerebellum is a complex process involving numerous genetic and molecular interactions. The cerebellum originates from the rhombic lip, a specialized region of the embryonic neural tube. Through a series of genetic cascades and precise cellular migrations, different cell types populate the cerebellum, including granule cells, Purkinje cells, and cerebellar interneurons. The intricate processes of neuronal differentiation, migration, and circuit formation contribute to the establishment of functional cerebellar circuitry. Disruptions in cerebellar circuitry can lead to various neurological and neurodevelopmental disorders. These might include cerebellar malformations, such as cerebellar hypoplasia or dysplasia, as well as genetic or acquired conditions affecting cerebellar connectivity. Altered circuitry can result in motor deficits, cognitive impairments, and associated clinical manifestations. Understanding the specific circuit abnormalities in different diseases enhances our understanding of their pathophysiology and guides therapeutic interventions. Motor coordination is a fundamental function of the cerebellum. The cerebellar cortex receives input from multiple sources, such as the spinal cord, vestibular system, and cerebral cortex, to integrate sensory information and refine motor output. Through its connections with the brainstem and spinal cord, the cerebellum modulates muscle tone, coordinates movement sequences, and ensures smooth and precise motor execution. Damage to specific cerebellar regions can result in motor dysfunctions, leading to ataxias or other movement disorders. The cerebellum also plays a crucial role in controlling eye movements. It receives visual input from the retina and integrates it with other sensory information to generate coordinated eye movements. Different regions of the cerebellum are involved in specific eye movement pathways, such as smooth pursuit, saccades, and gaze stabilization. Dysfunctions in these cerebellar circuits can lead to abnormal eye movements, affecting visual perception and stability. Motor planning involves the cognitive processes underlying the selection and preparation of appropriate motor actions. The cerebellum contributes to motor planning by integrating sensory information, predicting outcomes, and generating motor commands. Through its connections with the cerebral cortex, the cerebellum assists in the coordination of voluntary movements, contributing to the precision and accuracy of motor execution. Dysfunction in motor planning processes can result in motor deficits and impaired movement coordination. The cerebellum has extensive connections with the vestibular system, which plays a crucial role in balance and spatial orientation. Through its interactions with the vestibular nuclei and other brainstem regions, the cerebellum receives information about head position, angular velocity, and linear acceleration. This input allows the cerebellum to adjust body posture, coordinate eye movements, and facilitate balance control. Damage to the cerebellum or vestibular system can result in dizziness, vertigo, and impaired balance. Neuroplasticity refers to the brain's ability to adapt and reorganize its structure and function in response to environmental, developmental, or pathological changes. The cerebellum exhibits remarkable plasticity, allowing it to adapt its connections and circuitry in response to motor learning, injury, or disease. Neuroplastic changes in the cerebellum contribute to motor recovery following injury and play a role in the efficacy of rehabilitative interventions. Understanding the mechanisms underlying cerebellar neuroplasticity can guide therapeutic approaches for neurological rehabilitation. In conclusion, the cerebellum is a complex brain region crucial for motor coordination, learning, and cognitive functions. Understanding its structure and function is essential for diagnosing and treating neurological disorders. Advancements in this area can lead to improved therapies for patients.